There are places in our body where we hold issues in our tissues. These are the places that yell at us, sometimes loudly, or maybe they just persistently nag at us with discomfort or pain. Sometimes these places we call my bad ankle or my bad shoulder. So an issues in the tissues spot is generally holding a strongly charged emotion, and generally it's been holding that emotion, storing it for a very long time, probably decades. And the wisdom of our system storing issues in our tissues is that at some time, a long time ago, probably in our foundational years before age 7, which was a time in which we experienced the world primarily emotionally and didn't have the mental way of experiencing the world and understanding the world that we developed in later years. In that foundational time before age 7, some trauma happened that our system couldn't process at the time. And that trauma may or may not seem traumatic to us now, but it was to the child. It could be a single event or a situation that repeated over time. And there was a strong emotion there that the young child that was us couldn't process. So that strong emotional charge was stored for some other time when we would have the capacity or otherwise have the ability to process the emotion and resolve the charge. And that's the wisdom of issues in our tissues. And the problem is in our culture where there's not an emphasis on this practice of listening to our bodies and responding with care, we may never get back to that stored issue or that stored charge. Maybe we do decades later when it's screaming at us loud enough that we have to do something. The places where we have a physical injury or we've been affected by an accident very much can be an issues in the tissues area. The strong stored charge and the inner child who's feeling that stored emotion, they've been calling out for the resolution, the discharge of this emotional charge. And so life generously offers opportunities again and again for the charge to be released, for it to come to the surface, to be acknowledged and to be released. And in my last video, I spoke about this in a slightly different angle. I talked about the tendency for crises to arise. So if you haven't listened to Reparenting the Inner Child yet, be sure to take a listen to that as well. So now I'll lead you in meeting an issue area, responding to it with care and unconditional love, and allowing the stored emotion to be acknowledged and to discharge. And for a pain area that has been holding on for years or decades, it will take some practice over time to fully discharge the energy that's been stored up. And also I see people feel a significant lightening after just one practice of this work. So create the space for your practice and honor yourself by giving yourself the space and the time to be with and feel and listen to this pain and the inner child who is feeling the stored emotion. And do this to the best of your ability. If you can sit down and close your eyes, do. If that doesn't fit or just seems not right for you right now, then participate as is right for you. Perhaps you listen while doing an activity, or perhaps you practice while gardening or moving. Feel the breath moving in the body. With each inhale, there's this gentle expansion. And with each exhale, a release, a settling into the support underneath you. Feel your body connected to the earth, to the ground, the surfaces underneath you. And imagine and feel roots growing into the earth. These roots are supporting and rooting you into Mother Earth, who nurtures you and sustains you. In the heart center, imagine, see, and feel golden sunlight, warm and light, perhaps starting as just a tiny point. And with each inhale, that warmth and light grows stronger. And with each exhale, the warmth and light expand, spreading, growing. And take a few breaths to allow this golden sunlight and warmth to expand through the whole body. Inhaling, sunlight and warmth grow stronger. Exhaling, expanding, spreading. Inhaling, growing stronger, and exhaling, expanding through the whole body. This golden sunlight is warm, it's nourishing, and whatever it touches with unconditional love, so it doesn't see anything as good or bad or right or wrong, has no need for anything to change or get better. It just touches upon everywhere that it touches with this warmth and nourishment, offering its unconditional love. Where in your body is speaking to you right now? Bring your awareness to where you are feeling strongly in your body, and choose one spot. Where in your body is speaking to you? And what is the sensation here? If there were a color here, what would the color be? Just be curious. No right answer, no wrong answer. What's the texture? If there were a texture here, this is not a logical answer. Just whatever shows up. What's the shape? What's the sound? And again, what's the sensation here? And allow the golden sunlight and warmth to embrace and permeate whatever it is that shows up. The golden sunlight doesn't need any of this to change. It's just sharing its warmth and love with whatever is here. And what is the emotion here? Find the inner child. Welcome the inner child and listen. And be aware of what thoughts and emotions arise. Whatever arises, meet that with golden sunlight. This golden sunlight shines upon whatever the thought or the feeling that's arising. Its warmth and love embraces and permeates whatever thought, emotions, sensations arise on the screen of your awareness. As the inner child and his or her emotion is met with and surrounded by this unconditional love, he or she may begin to open up more. Sensations, emotions, thought patterns may arise, they may intensify. And you be with as much as you are ready for, Anytime it feels like too much, just back off and surround yourself and the child with golden sunlight, unconditional love. So just observing what arises on the screen of your awareness, surrounding what's arising in golden sunlight. The child may show you a scene, something that happened, or the child may show you a core belief, something that in that scene the child made the event mean. Something like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not safe, or I'm alone. These experiences arise on the screen of your awareness, coming to the surface as they release. Just your acknowledging them unconditionally, without trying to push them away, without trying to fix them, just acknowledging them, allowing them to come to the surface. This is what allows them to discharge and to release. Whatever arises, bathe it in golden sunlight, in unconditional love, love no matter what. Whatever thought, emotion, sensation arises or intensifies, meet it with this unconditional love, embrace it with golden sunlight that permeates with its warmth and light. And the golden sunlight is not fixing, it's not changing, it's not there because anything is right or wrong. It just does what it does because it just loves, no matter what, for no reason at all. And you can stay in this unconditionally loving witnessing as long as you like, as long as you need. When you're ready, become aware of this place in your body, bathed in golden sunlight and warmth. Your breath breathes in golden sunlight to this area and breathes out golden sunlight from this area. Golden sunlight moves through this area as it moves through your whole body, permeating and surrounding all of you. Become aware of the air against your skin and become aware of the surface underneath you, supporting you. Become aware of the sounds around you. And when you're ready, bring gentle movement to your fingers and your toes. Breathing golden sunlight and love. Gently blink open your eyes. And keep bringing this golden sunlight to where is speaking to you in your body. And practice this regularly to build the muscle, and also in the moment that a spot in your body is speaking to you, calling for your attention. As you practice, it'll become easier and easier to discharge the stored emotions, the stored issues in our tissues safely and with love. And you'll build the ability to meet the more intense stored charges that at one point you didn't want to feel. You can also use the first 2 guided meditation practice videos that build the foundations for this practice. So let me know where you need more support in your practice, and let me know also what's working for you. I'm continuing to build this collection of unconditional love guided meditations and teachings, and you can subscribe to be notified by YouTube each time I add a new video. Just click subscribe. Thank you for taking this time to care for and heal yourself, and for building the muscle of this skill in yourself and in the world.